Throwing again. Newton. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Matt LaCosse. Incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining. As we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. Being chased out left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Cousins. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Third and long for Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Newton. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18.
The Minnesota Vikings off to a rough start in 2020, 1-4 in the basement of the NFC North. Week 5, that was maybe the toughest loss of the season. A real heartbreaker out in Seattle, 27-26. They led the game 13-0 at half and looked like, Charles, they were going to salt it away late. They had it close to the end zone, decided to go for it on 4th and goal, did not get it, and then Russell Wilson did what Russell Wilson does, marched Seattle all the way down the field, scored a touchdown with less than 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, and that's where it always becomes very difficult for a head coach. What decision do you make, right? As you mentioned, going for it late in the game instead of kicking the field goal, which would have made it an 8-point game, right? They decided, hey, we're going to try and win it right now. That was Mike Zimmer, their head coach. Didn't happen, and as you also mentioned, he turned it back to Russell Wilson. He started that last drive with his feet in the end zone. Think about that, right? The last drive for Seattle started there. They go all the way downfield, get it done, and guess what? Minnesota's now looking at themselves and saying, what happened here, and how do we get out of this? And even tougher, Dalvin Cook exited the game with a groin injury. Even though Alexander Madison performed well, they need him back.
See if they can pick themselves off the mat, maybe a get-right game because they host winless Atlanta next, and then they'll have an open week in Week 7. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. On 1st and 10, Newton. Forced out to his left. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And there's a catch there by Julian Edelman. And I know the conversation is very big on how much will he miss Tom Brady. But Edelman's one of the top slot receivers in the league and an uber competitor. He's going to miss his friend, but he wants to show the rest of the league that his skills transfer no matter who's throwing him the football.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
That's good.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right, and he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Brought down at the 2-yard line.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with the fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Good. The Patriots take over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down, it's White, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter.
That's the end of
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. To throw is Newton. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. That took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 7.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio anyway. And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio that should ever be in any discussion.
17-yard line.
2nd down, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to go up top again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? First down, here's the run with Cook. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. 4th down, Cousins.
One of the money routes for any offense.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Cousins pass.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
It's a pickup.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. He'll get this underneath to Michelle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Newton's pass incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will make the lead now 26.
Vikings, nothing.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He's struggled. His team has struggled. You talked to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed, and how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. And my goodness, another interception. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
10 at their own 46-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
20.
Throwing again. Newton. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown.
Demir Bird, 54 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
The pass.
Some danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Buying time to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. This is White on the screen. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Here's White. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Here's Newton. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Defense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And now they'll elect to go for 2 and try to cut into this lead a little further before they head to the locker room. Cook, they'll try and run it. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Osborne elects not to return it. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we normally do, let's look ahead to what's to come here in the NFL for Week 6. Some changes to the schedule in this most unusual season. But, CD, I've earmarked a few here. I've got Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night. And then you got Buffalo, KC moved from Thursday to Monday to account for Buffalo playing on Tuesday in Week 5.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that one because that Buffalo-Kansas City game, as you mentioned, was originally a Thursday night feature game. Then they moved it to Sunday, and then they had to move it to Monday because of the juggling of the schedule in this most unusual season. Arizona-Dallas Monday night, that feels like an old-school kind of a game, doesn't it? And now we'll have Andy Dalton at quarterback for Dallas. And Green Bay, Tampa Bay, that's simple. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. And Cleveland, Pittsburgh, how great is this now to feel like it's the old AFC North battle with Cleveland fully in the fight?
And that will be incomplete. And that went off the mark. A little late with the throw.
That is 3 plays and out.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 36. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They run it again with Cook. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The rookie Jeff Gladney picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 30, 20.
He's going to make everything happen.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook, 89 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Cook, they'll try and run it. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep for it, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, 75 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over first and
you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Give him 30 yards there.
first down.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Cousins now setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Complete.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Following the interception, Cousins under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Kyle Duggar, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. To throw is Cousins. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
A play fake to Michelle, now Newton.
Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Patriots are pouring it on. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? The other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point up and good by Folk, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term,
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And some room to work. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Going deep here for Adelman. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 14. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now a first down throw complete downfield. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And my goodness, another interception. Devin McCourty picks it off. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. They have the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Offense. Don't do us like that.
So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And now look at him go. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer.
The previous play is under review.
So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved. Less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And his throw's going to be incomplete. incomplete. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread.
Vikings 26.
So as it turns out, a two-play drive resulting in the field goal. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Tonight's
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, and look at my dogs from. Way back then, claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? Her she was major, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did, can I kick it? Hold on, yeah, I got some rings and a range, can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Cam Newton and the New England Patriots. Zane Gonzalez set and ready to get us started, and off we go now from State Farm Stadium. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Odell Baker with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again. Again later.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Patriots' 33-yard line.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Flush to his right. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Murray to give. This is Drake.
He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
On first and goal, Drake. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Down at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Second and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown.
Sony Michel, 75 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Cardinals take over first and 10.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
The Patriots.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Marquise Lee, the intended target. But it's going to be second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Newton. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Dancing to his left. That ball complete to Isabella. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 44-yard line.
Shotgun now for Murray. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now this throw caught left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first down, it's Drake, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Kyle Duggar on the tackle. A gain of 4.
To throw on second and 6. Murray.
18-yard line.
His throw incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
At the 26-yard line.
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Michel.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got Rome. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And his kick is right through.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary didn't really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports.
14-14.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Murray being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's caught at the 25. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
15 yards.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Patriots take over first and 10. At their own.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get...
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
Cardinals.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
Newton and the Patriots with a first and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He's back to throw here to start the drive.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Michelle. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line.
Ball carrier.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Edelman's first catch, and it's good for a first down. On first down, it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Rex Burkhead, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up second down.
Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's play believer, non-believer. I'll give you a couple teams off to surprising starts. You tell me if you believe that they will continue that way. And let's start with the Browns at 4-1.
Non-believer last year, believer to start this season, believer even after they got whacked in the opener by Baltimore. I think they'll contend for a playoff spot.
Okay, the Bears, same record, 4-1.
I still want to see more out of this team, but I like how their defense plays. Still need consistency on offense.
And then lastly, what about the Panthers at 3-2?
One of the great stories in the early going. Non-believer because I think their division's too tough with Tampa Bay and New Orleans. But, boy, I like what they're doing so far at 3-2. Way better record than what people thought.
To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Jake Bailey in.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line.
And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return.
And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
He's going to let this go deep for Lee, and that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Off play action, Newton. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
So now after the sack, Cam of the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long.
Now Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Devon Kennard. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
46-yard line.
Murray now on 1st down.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Adrian Phillips. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over first and 10. At their own.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This one caught by Isabella. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he is all the way up past the 25. It was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And it's Michel once again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Jordan Hicks.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Play action. It's Newton. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Complete.
A good pickup there, a 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Patriots.
Now Newton on first down. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The 19-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Newton throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the former Arizona Wildcat Folk gets this one to go. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Kenyon Drake on the
Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
At the 41. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
From the 41, Murray. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th.
17.
They'll run on first down. Drake. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Isaiah Simmons.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On the play. First down.
Newton on first down. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete.
Newton's pass.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On first down, it's Drake. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
First and 10 at the 30.
On play action, it's Murray. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Murray off play action. He's going to take another shot here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Devin McCourty picks it off. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Deontay Thompson. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Touchdown.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And his throw here's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Yards to go.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
8 yards.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and that will force a turnover on downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kyle Duggar showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Flushed out right. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake.
20.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
At the 20-yard line.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. On 1st down, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Demir Bird, 65 yards. And the Patriots get a score closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Today's final score.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.
Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me? Hold on. I got a crowd wrapping around the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, 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 I don't hear no clown talking foul on me. Won't shoot me down, send the cavalry. It been a while since I had time for me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Hello. Max March out with the polo. Like my style, don't ya? Nights like this, I wish I was with ya. On my turf, roll out the Henry Rux. She like when I hit the receiver. Friend hop in, this is a four-seater. Made a yank straight out the wood, I'm Derek Jeter. Major leaguer, no fatigue. We don't get no handout, we don't get no Macarinas. Never gon' throw your back out, tryna work, you need a breather. I need a break. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me? Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me? Hold on. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down. Tell me who you talking to. Roll up that Sinatra, fly la mama to the moon. She asked me what's my life path. Told her 55 south to the cab. So many couches I cried. Shout out South Street Tree and shout classic. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle
with Cam Newton and the New England Patriots. Zane Gonzalez set and ready to get us started, and off we go now from State Farm Stadium.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This time with Sony Michel. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Now it's Newton. And he slings one that's incomplete. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Coverage by Byron.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run with Michel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, New England.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he lets go a laser pulled in by Edelman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Newton. And he'll set up the bubble screen to Edelman here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
From the red zone now, Newton. He'll buy some time right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And this one caught by Max Williams. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Shotgun now from Murray. Buying time to his left. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. and that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 40. He starts by handing this off to Drake. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
from just shy of midfield. Murray. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jordan Phillips. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. We're scoreless after 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Demir Berg, 55 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the 1st quarter. But in the 2nd quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
At the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run toss to the right with Drake. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake, 28 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And he'll bang that one through.
That ties the game at 7. Zane Gonzalez to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From the 22, Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
From the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
20.
Throwing is Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Phillips able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Off play action. Newton under pressure again, and down he goes again. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. This is fielded inside the 5. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Rolling to his right. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Running, it's Drake. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Play fake. Murray. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Intercepted.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On second and 12, Newton. That's caught by the tight end Lacoste. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. On first and 10, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On the run, he'll let this go deep, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, 68 yards, and the Cardinals will extend their lead. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with him. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
It's 2nd and 8.
Play action. It's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And this one will be brought back to the 22. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage on the
chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down.
Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
And he'll hand this to Michel to get things started.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Here's Newton. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Intercepted.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, Drake. Devin McCourty brings him down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Drake. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Hassan Reddick in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Murray off play action. They'll roll him out right. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Murray. This one caught by Isabella. The 20. 10. Touchdown. Cardinals. Andy Isabella. 69 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
5-yard line. The Patriots take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Edelman was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. To throw again, Newton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st down, Patriots.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Newton able to get this to his running back, White. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To the air again, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here we go on 4th. Newton is going to let this go deep for Lee. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Steps away to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Drake. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. From the gun, Murray. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. It's John Simon with a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now it's Bird on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hassan Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton forced out to his left. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Gun. 58, right over there.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's got Lacoste as tight end. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
The Patriot first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check. Mike, check. 59. Hey, Chris! They're running it. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Out of the gun, Newton. Got a man open, that's Harry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. From the red zone now, Newton. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
I don't want to go over the top here, but that's still a nice touchdown. I know they're being blown out of the stadium, but for this team to go downfield and score when this game is essentially over, that shows me a lot.
Gun. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Here's Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is going to lose yardage here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
At their own 14-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score, Cardinals 38, Patriots 13.